In previous class, we have discussed about probability, some basic terms related to probability and formula to calculate probability. Now I am going to discuss some questions based on probability. Firstly, I am taking question number 18 of exercise 15.1 from NCERT. Question 18 is, a box contains 90 discs which are numbered from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at random from the box, find the probability that it bears a two-digit number, a perfect square number, and a number divisible by 5. Now, it is given that a box contains 90 discs numbered 1 to 90. Means total number of possible outcomes are 90. Now, first part is we have to find the probability of getting a two-digit number out of that 90 discs. So, two-digit number, how many two-digit numbers are there? Firstly, we will calculate this from 1 to 90. From 1 to 90, two-digit numbers start from 10 and the last two-digit number from 1 to 90 is 90. Now we have to see that how many number of favorable outcomes are there. So 10 to 90. How many two-digit numbers are there? How can we calculate? 90 minus 10, that is 80. As 10 is also excluded here if we are subtracting 10 from 90. But we know that 10 is a two-digit number. So we will add 1 in this. 81. So how many two-digit numbers are there from 10 to 90? That is 81. These numbers you can also calculate by using arithmetic progression. But right now you have not learned that chapter. So you can find this way. Now probability of getting two-digit number will be equal to number of favorable outcomes upon number of all possible outcomes. So favorable outcomes, if we see its numbers is 81 and total number of outcomes 90. 81 upon 90, if we solve it we will get 9 upon 10. Now second part is probability of getting a perfect square number if we draw one disc at random. Perfect square number from 1 to 90 are, first perfect square number is 1. Second perfect square number, that will be square of 2, 4. Third perfect square number, 9. Fourth perfect square number, 16. As 1 is the square of 1, 4 is the square of 2, 9 is the square of 3, 16 is the square of 4. Then 25 is square of 5, 36 is square of 6, then 49 is square of 7, 64 is square of 8 and 81 is square of 9. Now, how many square numbers are there? From 1 to 90. If we count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that is 9. As we know, if we multiply a number by itself, we get a perfect square. So here 9 perfect squares from 1 to 90. Then probability of getting perfect square number 9 upon 90, 1 upon 10. Now third part is a number divisible by 5. From 1 to 90, number divisible by 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, all are the multiples of 5 up to 90. If we count these numbers, so number of favorable outcomes, here favorable outcomes are the numbers which are divisible by 5. So number of favorable outcomes are 18 and total number of possible outcomes 90. So probability of getting a number divisible by 5 will be equal to number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes, that is 1 upon 5 if we solve 18 upon 90. Now see question number 20. Question number 20 is, suppose you draw a die at random on the rectangular region as shown in figure. This is a rectangular region. What is the probability that it will land inside the circle with diameter 1 meter? It means this is a rectangular field or rectangular region, and this one is a circular region. If we are throwing a die, we have to find the probability that the die will be land inside the circle. So total number of possible outcomes, that will be shown by area of rectangle, because this much area is total area. So total area, this is equal to area of rectangle, and it is showing total number of possible outcomes. It will be equal to 3 multiplied by 2, 6 meter square. Now what are the favorable outcomes? As we want die to be here inside the circle, so favorable outcome will be equal to area of circle. Diameter of circle is 1 meter, so radius of circle will be half meter. We know the formula for calculating area of circle, pi r square, that will be pi 1 by 2 square means pi by 4. The probability that die land inside the circle will be equal to favorable outcomes, number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes, and we get pi upon 24. Now some more questions I am going to discuss as question number 24 of exercise 15.1. A die is thrown twice. What is the probability that 5 will come up either time, or 5 will come up at least once? Now you should understand it properly, that throwing a die twice and throwing two dice simultaneously are treated as same experiment. Now firstly we will make the sample space for throwing two dice. Okay, now 1 1 means on first die 1, second die also 1. 1 2 means on first die 1, second die 2. Same way on first die 1, second die 3. Like this we get all these possible outcomes. These are 36 in total. Now our favorable outcomes, 5 will not come up either time. We have to choose that cases in which 5 is not coming up. So I have marked these with pencil. As we can see here, 5 is not coming up. 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4. We have to select the pairs in which 5 is not coming either time. So total overall we are getting how many times this situation, that is 25 times. If we observe this 25 times, we get that 5 is not coming up. So probability that 5 will not come up either time will be number of favorable outcomes, that is 25, upon number of total outcomes, that is 36. Probability will be 25 upon 36. Now second part is that 5 will come at least once. In first part we have calculated 5 will not come up either time. Means we don't want 5 in any situation at the top of die. And what is the second situation? That 5 will come at least once. At least one means that we can have 5 also on the both dice, like this 5, 5. So for at least once, if we count the favorable outcomes, this will 1 5, 2 5, 3 5, 4 5. At least once means it can be more than 5 one time. 5 5, then 6 5, here 5 1, at least once, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 6. If we count it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So probability that we get 5 at least once on both the dice will be equal to what? 11 upon 36. One more method which I have mentioned here, that probability of happening of an event plus probability of not happening of an event is always equal to 1. So if probability of not getting 5 is equal to 25 upon 36, then probability of getting 5 will be equal to 1 minus 25 upon 36, that is also 11 upon 36, by the formula PE plus PE bar is equal to 1. Now I'm taking some questions from exercise 15.2. See question 1 of exercise 15.2. Two customers, Shyam and Ekta, are visiting a particular shop in the same week, Tuesday to Saturday. They are visiting to that particular shop from Tuesday to Saturday. Each is equally likely to visit the shop on any day as on another day. What is the probability that both will visit the shop on same day, consecutive days, different days? So firstly see what are the total possible outcomes. They are visiting the shop from Tuesday to Saturday. So let's see what are the cases for Shyam and Ekta. Maybe Ekta is visiting on Tuesday, Shyam is also visiting on Tuesday. Ekta is visiting on Tuesday but Shyam on Wednesday. Same way Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday, Saturday. Here we have made the sample space. Same way maybe Ekta is visiting on Wednesday, Shyam on Tuesday. Ekta is visiting on Wednesday and Shyam is also visiting on Wednesday. Ekta is visiting on Wednesday and Shyam on Thursday, then Wednesday, Friday, then Wednesday, Saturday. By this, we will get how many cases? 25 cases. Okay. Now, first condition is what is the probability that both will visit the shop on same day? Same day means Ekta and Shyam both are visiting on Tuesday, or both are visiting on Wednesday, on Thursday, same day means, or Friday, or maybe Saturday. So number of favorable outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are a number of favorable outcomes. Total number of outcomes 25. So probability that both visit on the same day is 5 upon 25, 1 upon 5. Now second part is consecutive days. Consecutive, as we know, meaning one after another. Yes, one is visiting the shop on Tuesday and the other one is visiting the shop on Wednesday. So what are the cases? We can see again from this sample space table. We will have the as Tuesday, Wednesday, then Wednesday, Thursday. We'll see the cases Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday. Maybe it's reverse. Saturday, Friday, then Thursday, Friday, like this. We have to see the consecutive days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday. We can see after Tuesday, Wednesday is there. Maybe one of them is visiting on Wednesday, other is Tuesday. One is Thursday, other is Wednesday. Then Friday, Thursday, then Saturday, Friday. Okay. So how many cases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So number of favorable outcomes that they visit the shop on consecutive days are equal to 8. Probability that both visit on consecutive days will be equal to 8 upon 25. Now see what is third part, that they visit the shop on different days. So we have calculated the probability for visiting the shop on same day. We know PE plus PE bar is equal to 1. Probability of happening of an event plus probability of not happening of an event is always equal to 1. As probability of happening the event that both visit on same day is 1 upon 5. So not visiting on the same day means they are visiting on the different day, can be calculated by subtracting 1 by 5 from 1, that is 4 by 5. Okay. Now question number 3. A bag contains 5 red balls and some blue balls. It is given that what is given here? A box. Okay. So number of red balls in the box is 5 and number of balls in a bag is 5, and we have to find what? Determine the number of blue balls in the bag. Let number of blue balls in the bag is equal to X. What else is given? If probability of drawing a blue ball is double, situation is given that probability of drawing a blue ball is double of red ball. Okay, so firstly, number of red ball is 5, number of blue ball is x, only red and blue balls are there in the bag, so total number of balls will be equal to number of red balls plus number of blue balls, that is equal to 5 plus x. Now probability of drawing a red ball will be equal to number of red balls upon total number of balls. How many red balls are there? 5. Total number of balls 5 plus 6. So probability of drawing a red ball is 5 upon 5 plus 6. Similarly, probability of drawing a blue ball will be equal to x upon 5 plus x, as blue balls are x. And now according to question, it is given that blue ball is double of red ball. Probability of blue ball is double of probability of getting a red ball. So by this condition, blue ball's probability is equal to twice of red ball probability, can be cancelled. X is equal to 10, means number of blue balls. How many number of blue balls are there? 10. Okay, same way, see question number 4 again. A box contains 12 balls. Total number of balls are 12, out of which x are black. Okay, total number of balls 12, number of black balls x. If one ball is drawn at random from the box, what is the probability that it will be a black ball? Means you have to find the probability of getting a black ball firstly. So if number of balls x, total number of balls 12, then probability of drawing a black ball is x upon 12 in terms of x. Now see the second part. If 6 more black balls are put in the box, how many black balls are there? X. If 6 more balls are added, so now total number of black balls will be x plus 6. X balls were already there and 6 are added. So now total number of balls are x plus 6. And as black balls are added, so there will be also increase in total number of balls. Total number of balls, earlier it was 12. As 6 more are added, so 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. Now probability of drawing black ball according to this condition, when 6 black balls are added, will be equal to number of black balls upon total number of balls. What they are saying, if 6 more black balls are put in the box, the probability of drawing a black ball is now double of what it was before. Now this is the new probability after adding 6 more balls. It is given that now this probability after adding 6 more black balls, it will be twice of probability of getting black ball before. So x plus 6 upon 18 will be equal to twice of x upon 12. If we solve it, x value of x is 3. It means number of black balls are equal to 3. That is x. X is denoting number of black balls. Now see question number 5. What is question number 5? If you see, a jar contains 24 marbles. Total number of marbles in a jar are 24. Some are green and other are blue. Some are green. Let number of green marbles is equal to x. Other are blue. If total number of marbles are 24, out of 24 x are green, it means how many are left? 24 minus x. So 24 minus x marbles will be blue marbles. Now probability of getting green marble, it is given in the question, that is equal to 2 by 3 according to question. According to question, it is given that probability of getting green marble is 2 upon 3. But probability of drawing marble, which is given, that will be equal to number of green marbles upon total number of marbles. Means according to this condition, as if we are supposing that number of green marbles are x and total number of marbles are 24. So probability of getting green marbles is equal to x upon 24, and it is already given in the book. that it is 2 upon 3. If we calculate the value of x, we get 2 multiplied by 24 upon 3. X is equal to 16. So number of green marbles is equal to 16. Now what is asked, that find the number of blue marbles in the jar. As green marbles are 16, total marbles are 24. So number of blue marbles will be 24 minus 16, that is equal to 8. So students, by this way we can find so many questions, different questions based on probability. Okay.